Okay, just got another package from Arioch, Massachusetts. Awesome. On this lovely Sunday. Alright, some newspaper. More newspaper. Okay. This looks like I got some keys. I wonder if any of these will fit that old shackle that I got. Let's see. Maybe this one. That little square. And ooh. Nice pair of Hyatt handcuffs. Awesome, check out the swivel. It's got a newer swivel. Let's see. There's a good stamp right there. British made, so it's after 1920. There we go. Hyatt. And there's the British made stamp. Very cool. So I'll be adding these to the collection. A nice addition of some Hyatt DARBY handcuffs. Kind of a small size too. Let's see. But yeah, they fit. I'm not gonna lock it. Awesome. Cool. Alright, so that's what I got today. Some handcuffs and some keys. Because you never have enough. Cool. Okay, so when I took these cuffs out, these are the ones I just opened up a little while ago. The newest ones of the collection. Now, they're Hyatts. I noticed that the swivel was a little odd. You see? The break point is right in the middle. Right there. Now, I'm going to show you the most common swivel. Look, see? This is actually a pin that goes through right there, and it's fully encased here. Look at the difference. You can see the difference between the two. Alright, this one doesn't have a break point at all. It's just a solid pin that goes in, and the pin itself swivels. It's kind of like a cotter pin with a cap on it. You might want to think of it for one of a better word. But anyway, I got this. Now this type of swivel was popular in the 1950s. These go way back, okay? And when I got this one, I thought, wow, that looks a little bit like my adjustables. Okay, these are also Hyatts. And look, you can see the similarities. Of course, this is much smaller, but there's the break point right there. And it's the same on this one. Okay, so that helped me date these to about the 1950s. Here's a pair of much later, cheaper Hyatts. These are like 1970s, I think. And you can still see the difference. I mean, look at the size of that compared to this. And one more look. This is the most common type in my collection, and the most common pretty much because it was in the use for the longest. You know, as far back as they've had swivels, it seems like these are the types that they used. Okay, and the connecting link. Of course, when you go way back, you don't have any swivel at all. Just a link right there. Check out the Hyatt Superintendent. See, with the extra link. Now this is just a miniature version of that. Everything on it's the same, it's just a lot smaller. The same way they manufactured it, the same, you know, almost like the cotter pin stuck through there. Functions the same way, it's just a little mini version. Here's another pair of Hyatts where it's almost like a figure 8 swivel. See? So there's a lot of different types. I mean, that's completely different. Maybe if I hold them this way. That is different than this. That is different than that. So there is a difference. And it's just kind of neat how many different... These are the ones that just came in the mail. It's kind of neat how many different types of swivels they seem to have experimented with. 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks like something you would hang your wash on or connect to a dog collar or something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 different types. At least 5 different types of swivel connectors on these cuffs, and this is just Hyatt's. I was just like kind of intrigued, and it does help you date them. Once again, we go back to the book on British handcuffs, and it does help to date them. That's, you know, how you know that these are from roughly the 1950s to 60s, just by the style. These are dowlers, and the same traditional type swivel or swivel mechanism, and the chubs. Okay, even up to the chubs. It's not exactly in the middle here. The break point, more off to the side, more in keeping with the traditional Hyatt's. Okay, it does look similar to these guys a bit. And then you get the real weird ones. The one where it's like 2 halves of a ball put together. These are kind of old, and it's not really swiveling anymore. But it just goes to show each cuff, to me, seems to have its own personality. And, you know, yeah, they might have been using the same swivel attachment for, say, 50 or 60 years at a time, but you can still see little discrepancies and little changes, you know, throughout the years. And that adds to the charm, I think, of collecting these things. So anyway, yeah, these are the most recent addition to the collection. Just your standard Hyatt's, and I just got them because they were only about 10 bucks. But, you know, it turned out that the patina's good, everything works nice, and I didn't have too many examples of this swivel split right in the center like this, so I figured why not get another one. You know, so alright, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all again next time, because now the neighbor's cutting his lawn for the 4th time this week. Every time I go to make a video, he has to cut his lawn. I don't know, it just drives you crazy.